we're going to introduce you to a special young man. He is Tyler Martin, great little boy, and there he is. He's got a rare form of cancer which has reached a stage which unfortunately means the NHS are no longer able to treat him.
No, but there is good news, though, because although they can't treat it here, they have found a pioneering treatment in America that could help with him, with the tumour, and fingers crossed Tyler could be travelling in as little as a fortnight's time over to the US. He's here, as I said, with his mum, Tracy, and dad, Stephen, and his little sister, Kirsty, you saw there, and also Dr. Ranj, who's going to explain more about this actual cancer. But amazingly, Tracy, you only saw this little lump in April this year, so this has happened really quickly, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Tell us what's gone
on really fast. It feels like we've been doing it for ages, but...
You become experts, isn't it amazing? You go through your life and suddenly you're an expert on whatever this is because you have to be. And
this was just a tiny little lump you saw appear under his eye?
Yes, yeah, it just looked like a little blocked tear duct to start with, so...
And what did you do about it then?
We went to the doctors and they said come back in a week's time, so we went back and they said, yeah, it's blocked tear duct, and prescribed us antibiotics.
So it had the antibiotics, still the lump was there.
Yes, yeah.
And how, was it getting bigger all the time, Steve?
Yes,
it was getting bigger all the time. So we went back to the doctor's second week, and then third, fourth week, and then the fifth week, we went to the doctors and they sent us up to QA hospital for tests.
And you had to have a scan, an MRI scan?
Yes. And then after that MRI scan, we had to go straight up to Southampton Hospital.
Steve, the bad news is not only was this growing on the outside, it was growing on the inside as well.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Was it causing him pain?
He says he has headaches, but it wasn't causing him. Not much pain inside. You know what I mean? But he was getting the odd headaches.
So a horrible shock for you both to be told it was cancer, and then you had to start treatment straight away, didn't they?
They left it a week because they weren't sure what cancer it was, so they put him on steroids, and then as soon as we found out what type of cancer it was, he had his first lot of chemo.
How's that been for you all dealing with this?
Quite difficult.
It's quite difficult, yeah.
It doesn't feel real.
No, I'm sure it's like a nightmare.
It feels like we're talking about someone else's family.
So, tell us about the day that you were actually told this is all we can do in this country. How did they break that to you?
It was only a week ago.
Yeah, it's Dr.
Ramia.
Dr. Ramia. She said, "Oh, have you had a proton treatment?" He says, "No," and she says, "Oh, how about we fly you to America to have this treatment done? Because they can't do it, they won't be able to have this treatment done in this country about another 4 or 5 years."
And this is, Steve, proton beam therapy.
Yes, it is, yes.
And they only do it in America at the moment.
Yes.
I'm going to come to Dr. Ranj now to explain about this cancer and how rare it is for Tyler, and also this therapy, why it's not available here and what it actually does.
They're developing it here, as far as I know. We're not far away from having centres.
Fortunately, yes, that's the case. I mean, it's hard for anyone to hear the C word, especially when it comes to your children. And the type of cancer that children tend to get are leukemia. So the type of cancer that Tyler has got is very rare. It only makes up 3% of all childhood cancers. And because of the nature of it, and the type it is, it requires a certain kind of treatment. We're not able to offer that here, and that's why he's being referred to a centre in the States to have this new
Why is this so good, though, this proton beam therapy?
Yeah. Proton beam therapy is almost like the next generation of radiotherapy. It's a type of radiotherapy, whereas rather than using high-energy X-rays, we use protons, and protons are subatomic particles, so it gets quite sciencey now. The research behind this comes directly from the same research that is involved in the Large Hadron Collider. So all those geeky scientists that have been sitting around smashing particles together, this is a direct translational result of that, and it's fantastic that we've got this amalgamation of science, medicine and engineering.
And is this because it can absolutely pinpoint? Because obviously it's near his eye and it can pinpoint the tumour.
The beauty of proton beam therapy is that it's like a high-definition radiotherapy, so it can target tumours more accurately, so you have less effect on the surrounding tissues, which is responsible for the side effects, and we can treat areas that previously may have been inaccessible or difficult to get to. So certain types of tumour that involve the brain or the spinal cord or complex childhood cancers these sorts of things may be able to be treated with proton beam therapy, but not all
and
types
the fact
can
that Tyler's tumour is going inwards towards his brain, obviously this therapy can going to be more definite about what it damages or doesn't.
We're going to bring him on very shortly, and obviously we're talking about all of this because we don't want to talk about this in front of him or his sister. But, you know, fantastic that the NHS are able to say with their budgets, look, we can't do it here, but we can set aside enough money to get you guys out there to America, to Jacksonville, is it, in Florida?
Yes.
You're going, all of which is brilliant, but the problem you were presented with then was what?
They weren't prepared to pay for Kirsty's flights and accommodation.
And she's only what?
She'd be 3 this year.
Yeah. So you didn't want to leave her behind. You wanted to be out there, the whole family going through this. Do you know how long this will be for?
9 weeks.
Yeah, 9 weeks.
We've got 3 weeks of preparation and then 6 to 7 weeks.
And when you hear Ranj talking about how that treatment works and how pioneering it is, does that give you hope?
Yes.
Yes, right, yes.
And what about Tyler? What does he understand? What does he know about what's going on with him?
He knows he's not well. We've told him he's not well, and we'll be going on an aeroplane to get some magic medicine.
Yeah, to make him better.
Well, look, as Dr. Ranj will tell you, the success rate of this is very, very good, and it's a very, very exciting type of science that they're entering into. You doing what you do, I know you do a great job as a dustman. That's what you do, and. But obviously, you haven't got the money, you haven't got the funds to care for the family out there. What are you doing about that?
There's some ladies put.
One of our friends has set up a couple of fundraisers and a couple of donation pages for us.
Yes.
Well, we'll put details of that on our website for you.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can help in some sort of way. Now.
Oh, look who's here.
Look who's come into the studio.
Oh.
It's Kirsty and Tyler. Wow. Daddy's boy. Daddy's boy.
There you go.
We're talking about, he's mini-me, isn't he? There's no doubt about that. Hiya, Tyler. How are you?
Are you all right?
Good.
Yeah.
We were talking about you, so we were.
Did you see Daddy on the television?
Did you see Daddy on telly? Yeah.
Now, you're going... Mummy and Daddy tell us that you're going on an aeroplane, is that right?
Yeah.
You're going to America. And it's a very long way to go to America, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we thought, what are you going to do on that plane
you might
for
be a
all
bit
that
bored.
time? You might get a bit bored. You've got Daddy sitting next to you. What are you going to talk about all that time? So, look, what we've got. We thought we'd get this big box of toys for you.
All this.
Look.
There you are.
For you and Kirsty.
Yeah.
That's for you and Kirsty.
You can put them up here,
And
Alex.
who is it that likes Scooby-Doo?
Oh.
Who is it that likes Scooby-Doo?
Who likes?
Hey, somebody told me that somebody around here likes
You like
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Oo, don't you?
Me, I love Scooby-Doo, I do. What? Do you want to fight me for it, do you? What? Pull. Whoever pulls gets it, right? You pull harder than me. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you got it. Oh,
goodness
Tyler,
me.
you won.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very good, very good. Well, do you know what? Will you come back when all of this is sorted out and this is a complete success and everybody's happy?
Yes.
Come back and show us the...
I don't think I like it.
Plenty more, son. Give him something else.
There's lots of toys in there for you. Oh.
Out of the mouth of babes, eh? Listen, you've got a whole box there, my darling.
You'll
You
find
help
something
yourself.
there, son. Don't worry.
Well, if
don't
you have
worry.
a look through that, just a reminder again, we'll put all the details of Tyler's campaign on our website there if you think you would like to help. Thank you all so much. We hope it goes really well and we'd love to see you back here when it's all over. Ranj, thank you.
Stay strong, you two.
Thank you very much.
Lovely seeing you.
Thank you very much for having us on it.
Thank you very much. And good luck. Best of luck with it all.
Thank you, Steve.
Right, we're away to find a toy that Tyler will like in that box. And you go away, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. OK. Right, you must have seen something.